What if I told you that the prodigal son had a brother who was just as messed up as he was? We're going to talk about that today on 5 Minutes with Phil. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to 5 Minutes with Phil. It is Friday, and we're going to conclude our look at the story that Jesus told of the prodigal son. So, if you've been with us, we saw a story that Jesus told of a young man who left his family, claimed his share of the inheritance early before his father even died, spent it all, was a total train wreck, and came to his senses. Literally, the Bible says that. And came back home, and the father greeted him and was thrilled to get him back. But here's the deal. Not everybody was so happy about the return of the prodigal son. There was a brother involved in this story that had a really hard time with all of the fuss that was being made over the return of his brother who had been an absolute wreck. Look at the story. Check this out. Luke chapter 15, starting in verse 25. It says, "Meanwhile, the older son was in the field. And when he came near the house, he heard music and dancing. So he called one of the servants and asked him what was going on. 'Your brother has come,' he replied, 'and your father has killed the fattened calf because he has him back safe and sound.' The older brother became angry and refused to go in. So his father went out and pleaded with him." Wow. I mean, this is pretty heavy stuff. You would think that his brother would be thrilled at the return of his younger brother who had messed his life up so bad. But the story continues. Look at this. It says, "But he answered his father, 'Look, all these years I've been slaving for you and never disobeyed your orders. Yet you never gave me even a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours, who has squandered your property with prostitutes, comes home, you kill the fattened calf for him.'" It's amazing how people will respond to somebody who has made some mistakes in their lives. In all honesty, I think that this older brother, this mad older brother, can serve as a warning to those of us who are followers of Jesus, those of us who have been faithful to God through all these years. I think sometimes we treat people who have strayed from the Father so badly, and when they come home, we almost resent the fact that they made the bad decisions that they made. In fact, I would say this, that had the prodigal son bumped into his brother before he bumped into his father, he never would have made it into the house. And I think the church needs to wake up and realize that we have a sin-sick society that needs Jesus. And so there's going to be some people that make some terrible mistakes that we will have a problem with, yes. But how do we respond when they come back? Look what the father said at the end of this story. He said, "My son," the father said, "you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." The father said, we had to celebrate. I think we need to ask ourselves, how do we respond when a sinner, quote, sinner, turns their life back around and decides to follow Jesus again? Do we resent it? Are we jealous? I mean, are we going to talk about their past mistakes? I mean, this older brother went as far as to say, "Hey, Dad, this guy messed his life up so bad, he used the money that he got from you and he spent it on prostitutes." Whoa. And how quickly are we to recognize someone's past more than celebrate their return? Let me say that again. How quickly are we to bring up someone's past rather than celebrate their return? My prayer is that I would never be guilty of being the older brother, that I would never be guilty of holding someone's past in front of them so badly that they may not even make it back to God the Father because of my attitude. I pray that we would celebrate when anybody gives their life back to Christ, just like God the Father celebrates. And that's my challenge to all of us here today. Have an awesome weekend. I love you. Thanks for joining me. Lord willing, we'll see you Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.